All right, so what I'm going to be showing you guys today is the first little bit of the game. So when the game starts, we throw you right into the middle of this huge action sequence where you start off with a lot of the power-ups that you'll find later in the game. Things like a foam gun that I can use to freeze this guy up and then stick a grenade in him and take him out. My machine gun that I can use to fight this attack chopper in the background. I've got grenades that I can use to throw to this guy and blow him up. Or I can, again, use my trusty missiles to quickly, just launch into this guy and take him down. So one of the first things that you guys should notice is that this isn't your typical side scroller. So after that initial action sequence, the game will actually start, and you play as Jason Fleming. You're an average guy out on a date with your girlfriend Claire when. You're out to explore these caves that she explored as a child, and she's trying to kind of show off a little bit, and she's going down in the caves a little bit ahead of you just to show her climbing skills, and you get separated. So the game starts right here. Jason has nothing more than a flashlight. Now, Shadow Complex is all about exploration, punctuated by moments of combat. And so here's where the game starts. So I've got at this point the ability to move, to run, to jump, and I've got my flashlight. And I'm looking for Claire. So I start to explore these caves, and it starts to give me a sense of this world that I'm in and that I'm going around. Now it's not long before I find Claire's backpack. Now, we all play games, right? So we know that no girl being attached to the backpack isn't a good sign. That being said, I now have her backpack, which in the style of these kind of games gives me climbing gear. So now instead of just being able to run and jump, I can now wall jump, or I can grab onto ledges and pull up onto it to give me access to more parts of the world. And that's really what, again, this game is all about. You're thrust in the middle of this huge non-linear world. So now I find this doorway. Again, doorway in caves, not good. This doorway is locked. And so I'm gonna go down here and see if there's another way I can find around. When all of a sudden I see Claire being dragged into this doorway by these high-tech military-looking guys. So now what Jason's gonna find when he walks through that door is this massive underground military facility that's being run by this extremist military group whose goal is to collapse America into a new civil war. They already saw me. All right, so Jason starts exploring, and it's not too long before I find a map. Now this map, if you've played any of the classic awesome side-scrollers like a Metroid or a Castlevania, shows you different parts of the world that you can explore. Again, I keep saying explore. That's really what this game's about, is this massive non-linear world, which you'll notice, you'll never see a loading screen. Once I'm in this world, it's there for me to explore, and the only thing I'm limited by is my own abilities and what I can interact with. So I can use my flashlight to light up dark places, or also to show me areas in the world that I can interact with. These things that glow orange are things that I can use guns on. I don't have a gun yet. Maybe if I keep looking around, I'll find one. So I see this other thing that glows orange, and on the other side of it, there's something I could get. If only I could get that. But I don't have a gun yet, so I'll have to remember that and come back later. So my map has told me to kind of come over here, and that's where I find Claire in another room being interrogated. Now, these guys assume that these two hikers can't just be hikers, right? You gotta be like CIA or FBI or something. So they start just brutally interrogating Claire. And Jason realizes the only way that he and Claire are gonna survive this is if he steals these guys' stuff and then uses it against them. So Jason picks up a gun. And now I have the ability to even get more places. I can take out that turret, and that unlocks this door. So now I could come down here and explore. But now I've got a gun. So what should you do? So I could go back and get that power up we saw, or I can even come back into this room that I was just in And oh no, he saw me. I can take out that guy. And now with my gun, I could take out that camera, or I could come back to like this vent. And I'm gonna blow open this vent with my gun. And now I can explore a different part of the world. I can come up behind this camera. I can use my melee button to take it out so it can't bother me anymore. But now maybe I can go up here. And oh, look, there's a power up. Now there's over 120 items for the player to find. Now that was a gold bar that I just found. Now all the power-ups make you stronger or better or faster in some way, but then there's also the gold bars, and I'm not going to tell you guys what they do, but I promise you if you find them all, you'll unlock a very, very cool secret. So just trust me. So now that I've got the gun, I can open up these grates that I couldn't get to before, and that starts to open up the world even more. And that brings me into some combat. So now I could go into this room guns blazing and take these guys out, or I can take a more stealthy approach. Now, in this game, the combat's all about tactics. I'm gonna shoot this little robot guy, drop him down, and hopefully, boom, it'll take that guy out. And now I have the tactical advantage because now I can just line up and I can take that guy with a well-placed headshot. And because of where I am, this guy, I have the height advantage. Now, this isn't like your typical run and gun game. If I go in here, guns blazing, I'm probably just gonna get my head taken off. But by using the tactical advantage and the height of the room, I'm able to get a much better drop on these guys, and that's how you should approach the combat in Shadow Complex. I found another map, and I'll add that to my resources. Now there's so much that I could show you guys, but the best thing is it's just a few more weeks until you can play the game yourself. And you can start to really delve into the depths of Shadow Complex and just find all that there is to explore and all that there is to see and do. And hopefully you'll have a good time.